my hair go crazy. Welcome in to another episode of 410 Sports Talk. I'm James Haskell, along with my co-hosts Glenn Martin and DK in the background. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Glenn, can you believe it's finally time?
I can't, but Jimbo, you got to fix that fan because the mic is picking up.
Oh, is it picking it up?
Yeah.
It's off now.
There you go. Cool.
Gonads off.
Just point it right at you to where it's not hitting the mic because I could hear it into the mic.
I'll do my best. It's okay. I'll just sweat it out.
It's good for you anyway.
Yeah.
Get the toxins out. But no, it's crazy how quickly it's coming. I know you're in California right now, but if you were here, you'd realize it feels a whole lot like fall right now. Like it was like 72 and breezy. It felt like a fall day. It felt like hoodie weather out there today.
Dude, so frustrating because I was like, oh, it's gonna be nice to escape the heat. Like there's not a ton of humidity here, and I get here and it's 90 all week.
Dude, it's beautiful. Like, it couldn't be more beautiful today than it is. What's going on, Tariq? What's going on, John? Texas Outlaw Mark. What's going on, buddy? John El Brokey.
It doesn't even matter in Texas, though, Glenn, because no one goes outside.
They just stay in the air conditioning?
Yeah, like no one goes outside when it's hot out in Texas.
Yeah, well, that's what I've heard. I heard that, didn't they have some sort of air conditioning issues, or it was power outages, right, in Texas, and they were really hurting for...
I'm sure. Sounds right.
I think somebody's fish were dying because their fish tank was getting so hot because their air conditioning was broke. It was like cooking their fish inside their home. Like, it's insane.
Oh, Texas Outlaw. Sorry, dude. You got to work in it all day. That's brutal. I do not envy you, my man. Yeah. Just a quick anecdote. My brother got married in Houston, Texas in August. And during the photo shoot of the families of the two, of the couple, my mom quit in the middle of the photo shoot. She said, I refuse. I'm done. Mm-hmm. I cannot do it anymore. I will be in the car, in the AC until this is over. She stopped. Poor cameraman was drenched in sweat and fell over backwards into some rose bushes. Oh, I felt terrible for him.
They're going to get the necklace thing that the Ravens staff has.
Oh, Glenn, it wouldn't do a thing. It's like opening an oven and sticking your face in it.
Thank you.
It's miserable. Anyway. But we have to let everybody know how the show is possible today. Glenn, who is our awesome partner of the show for this episode?
Yeah, this episode is brought to us by BetOnline, which is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From this preseason of the NFL to college kickoff, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. You think you know your stuff? Get in on our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor pool for the upcoming season. When the games are over, head on over to the online casino and get in a hand of blackjack or poker or unwind in one of the over 150 slot games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, to get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. And just like you said, Glenn, I'm excited. The game will be starting now. We're going to get into our 53-man rosters, our own predictions each, of course, to see who is more correct in their predictions. But I think the fun part will be coming together to create a collective 410 Sports Talk roster prediction to see how close we can get to being correct. But really quickly, Glenn, I got to ask you a question. I've been seeing some things. This is not Ravens related. This is Bengals related. About the Joe Burrow glove thing. Have you seen this?
Because is this effort to protect his repaired wrist? Is that what this is?
That's what it seems. Well, I think it's associated. Obviously, generally the glove is associated with the grip. Now they said he hasn't thrown with the ball. He's been wearing it in between drills and things like that. Now everybody, of course, in the offseason is raving about Joe, and he was on the Pivot podcast, and of course he creates a ton of headlines and people love it. But you talked about this. No one has come back from this successfully in this position, right? Like it's a pretty rough injury.
Big time. Well, what tells me is that if he's worried about his grip, it's not because his hands are too small like Kenny Pickett or Two Glove Teddy. It's because he feels like he doesn't have the grip strength, which that is a huge problem. Because if you can't grip the ball, ball security is going to be a huge issue. Your ability to spin the ball for throws down the field. Yeah, that's not
just
so
a weird
good.
one. Just weird to see him.
I would be concerned if I was a Bengals fan.
Yeah, donning the glove. And I know everyone's been excited, as far as in the Bengals camp about him getting through camp healthy and, he's looking good. They're looking sharp and whatever. But, yeah, I agree.
Their offensive line is pretty beat up.
Yeah, so it's definitely – and Joe will hold on to the ball no matter what. So anyway, I wanted to get your thoughts on it, see if you had any information that maybe I didn't have, but it seems to be a weird thing kind of floating around. I'm like,
Yeah. I'm not mad at all if I mean, I don't want a guy to be hurt, but
sure.
I'm not mad at all if the
When isn't he like your favorite college player of all time?
he had the greatest college season I've ever seen.
I'm
He's not my
totally trolling
favorite.
you there.
Okay.
I'm totally trolling
But
you there.
I'm not I don't know. See, it's weird. It's like they got the tackle. Was it Mims? They got the tackle that was
The Bucks
crazy
tackle? Is that
measurable. No, the
Oh,
they
this
drafted.
year's draft.
They drafted
I
the
think it is
Georgia right
Mims. Yeah,
tackle,
right,
the giant.
right.
And the only issue and the only thing that kept him kind of off a lot of other boards much sooner is the injury issues. Well, that's why you do combine medicals, because he's hurt in camp. And that's why I think the Ravens were smart by not even entertaining that, because those medicals, man, you got to watch them, because now they're both hurt. And now they got Trent Brown, who's 100 years old, and I don't know. I just think their offensive line is going to be
certainly not a workout warrior. I mean, he's very Orlando Brown-esque.
Yeah. Yep. And now Chase is holding out, which I absolutely love. And I love to see the exploding market at wide receiver. Just keep driving that price right up. I love it.
That's right. Oh, and Bashotti's got to love it too, because he knows that Bengals owner is like pinching pennies over there. He's got him in like an inflatable practice facility. It's like a big, those kids bring their birthday parties, the jumpers, the bouncy houses. It's like basically their practice facility, right? So, they have those like big fans in each corner, to keep it inflated.
Oh yeah, yep.
Imagine somebody runs by and pops it. Get out of here! Run for your life!
Head for the hills. What's going on, Cedric? Sorry you can't stick around. Redbeard, the legend, the captain. He says, had to make sure you saw this. Did you hear about Joe Flacco scrambling in joint practices today that made Anarumo double over in laughter? I did not. But he better show some damn respect.
Yeah.
For the great Joe Flacco if he's doubling over in laughter. First of all,
Joe Flacco's going to be a starting quarterback here soon. So show some respect.
Yeah, if you look at the history of Anthony Richardson's health, I don't think you're wrong there. But also, he was better than his quarterback last year. I know it's not Anarumo's team, but Anarumo would be careful laughing and giggling at old Joe, because Joe has done the Bengals in many times before, and he might just do it again if he's given the opportunity in a Colts uniform.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, no laughing at the vet who's a certified vet.
Could I beat him in a race now or no? Joe, me and Joe.
Now that is a good race.
That's a race?
I think that's a race.
Okay.
Now the thing you'd have to determine is the distance. You're both, I think, long striders.
Right.
But I don't know if he gets you on top speed. That's the hard part. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's bigger. He's taller than me.
You know what I'm saying?
He's probably got an even longer stride.
And while he's not in great shape, he's probably more accustomed to sprinting at this point.
Oh, well, Redbeard goes on to say, actually, he was laughing out of anger because apparently Joe torched their secondary on that scramble. All right. Well, then that answers it. I cannot beat Joe Flacco in a race. There's absolutely no chance. If he's beating the secondary of the Bengals, there goes another guy I can't beat in a race.
Oh, I might not beat him in a race if he's torching the secondary. Shoot.
That's a good point.
That's rough.
Point. I don't know if I'd beat John Harbaugh in a race at this point. I'm starting to lose confidence in all this. It's going down. Bring Wink back. I could probably beat Wink in a foot race.
Certainly, yeah. I mean, of course, Zach Orr is out of the picture for either of us.
Oh, Zach would destroy me.
Yeah, he's younger than me, I think.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's like 32, 33. Yeah.
Yeah. So
nuts, bro. Nuts.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's about that time, Glenn.
Yeah, we're gonna get into our roster predictions.
Yeah. BK is putting up the 1 minute sign.
Oh, okay. So
he's setting
still
up
working. He's still working on his spreadsheet here because we wanted to make sure you're getting consensus. But me and Jimmy, I'm sure we haven't gone over our individual list, but I'm sure we're gonna have disagreements and we're gonna hash it out. I'm gonna convince Jimmy why he's wrong, and then he's going to realize it, and then ultimately adjust his list to match mine.
All right, so this is what I think we'll do. DK is almost done. He's got special teams and offense. He's working on the defense. Why don't we just start, and then DK can put up the graphic once we kind of get going. We'll start with the easy ones, things like that.
Yeah. I don't even think the first position is that easy outside of the first two, but why don't we start at quarterback?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, El Freaky and Josh Johnson, I think,
Yeah,
are the
1 and 2.
quarterbacks.
But that's the only you're keeping? You're not keeping a third?
You know what? That's why I've been light. I'm
Ah.
trying to figure out why I'm light, but neither of them have given me a compelling reason to do anything to put them on the practice squad. No, thank you.
Yeah, but they're going to keep 3 because you can have that emergency third that doesn't even count against your active roster, active game day roster, I should say. So I'm going to pick 3.
I'm sticking with 2.
Okay. Oh,
yeah, I earned that emergency quarterback spot. You know, just
well, yeah, but when you have a 38-year-old backup who's, I think you're going to keep because what you don't want to do is end up in a situation like the Niners did in the playoffs.
Who did they have at quarterback?
Josh Johnson.
No. I mean, like, who did they end up with at quarterback after everyone got hurt?
Brock Purdy came back
and
he literally couldn't even throw the ball because his elbow was destroyed. So he handed it off every time and watched his running back get killed.
Man, you know what? I would do. Any chance he could have chucked it left-handed?
Oh,
just some short stuff. You know what I mean?
How can you throw right-handed? How do you throw right-handed?
Oh, I don't know a better way to say this. I throw like a girl right-handed. And if my sister heard that, she would absolutely kill me.
Yeah, well, I imagine probably most of these guys can't throw with their offhand, right? Like, I can't throw with my left hand. I mean, it's going to be a disaster. I mean, it'll go somewhere, but not where I'm intending.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, I think especially when the being open is like, I mean, how big of a window is open in the NFL? It's pretty small. But I'm going to say they keep 3 quarterbacks, okay?
Yep.
And my third quarterback is Emory Jones.
It has to be if you have 3. I mean, Leary's done nothing. Doo-doo.
No, and if you mean to tell me that only because he was drafted that makes him get the spot over Emory, nah, not in my book. I don't buy it for 1 second. Emory has shown that he's shown far more in his short time here than Devin Leary. So I'm going to go with 3, and Emory Jones is my third, and I'm not having any other way about it, Jimbo.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. If you go with 3, it's got to be Emory Jones as your emergency. Leary, I'm good. You can put him on the practice squad if you want to use him for that, or you can just let him walk. He's done nothing for me at all. So I agree with you. Right now, I'm going to stay light, and I'm going to say you ride with who you got because we got too much talent in other places. We ever only
kept 2 in history? In the history of our team, I can't remember a year.
Yeah, we have. No, DK's right. We have. Didn't we just a few years ago?
Yeah. Who was the 2? Was it Huntley and Lamar? Is that what you're saying?
We had to have gone through a year. It was just Huntley and Lamar. 2 years. DK 2 years.
Well, we can move on to the next one. But Our Lads does a good job of keeping archives of depth charts. I'm just going to go back a few while we do this and just check to make sure.
Yeah. Well, let me go to special teams real quick.
Okay.
Because I think that's easy for everyone. Justin Tucker, Stout, and Nick Moore are the 3.
Oh, yeah.
Any arguments?
No, I think that's pretty safe.
Okay, fair. Okay, so all right, so that's for both of us. Now let's go right to wide receiver. I'm keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. What the heck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7,
you know what, Jimbo?
7.
I did see 2 years ago they only kept 2. So in that regard, I will.
Are you already coming over to my side?
All right, look.
That didn't take long. First position group.
First of all, hold on.
You're like, hold on.
I don't like how this is going.
Think of something to say, Glenn.
I even though I was wrong, I was kind of right, and you agreed with me that we would keep Emory.
No. I said if we keep a third.
So I was still kind of right.
If we keep an emergency quarterback, you are right in that it's Emory Jones. But I don't think we keep a third.
What? You're right. Okay, we don't need to keep 3 out the gate. And I don't think there's any reason to think that either of those wouldn't get through the practice squad. So, okay, moving on.
Dude, how many wide receivers do you have? See, this will affect your numbers, of course. I have 7.
No, we've never kept 7.
I'm keeping 7. That's fine. I'm just telling you. I'm keeping 7.
In a run-first offense, you're keeping 7.
I'm keeping 7. That's what I'm doing. I trust.
Well, hold on. Let's not jump ahead. Why are we jumping ahead? We go down the list.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. You know what? I wasn't even referencing the list. My bad. You know what? All
right. Let's go to running back next.
Oh, what? See, I skipped the running backs right to the tight ends. Jeez, running backs. All right. This will be fun. course, Derrick Henry, Justice Hill. DK has Patrick Ricard in here. That's fine. We'll leave him in there. I think we all agree with those three. My next guy, I think we also agree with, and my last guy in this group is Owen Wright.
Agreed. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So look at that.
All right.
We agreed.
Nice. Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, you're smart, dude.
All right. Moving on to the next one. We came to a quick agreement there. No discussion. Tight end, we have Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Charlie Kohler. And if you want to take Ricard from running back and put him at tight end, which I think
whatever you want to do.
Now a tight end than a running back since he does so much at that spot. But either way, we agree there, right? No,
100%. Yep.
Okay. Sorry, Kadir. Hope Kadir makes the practice squad. I think he's a perfect candidate for that. But I don't see him making the opening day. All right, let's get into wide receiver. So do we agree that Zay, Bateman, Aguilar, Tylan Wallace, and Tez Walker are going to make the team?
Yeah, the only thing I don't know, we've seen some stuff on Twitter that Tez Walker is going to IR.
Yeah.
But we'll count him, for the sake of this, we'll count him as a member of the team because we're not exactly sure what's going on. Right? Like I haven't seen an ESPN report. I haven't seen a Bleacher report. I haven't seen anything validated. If you guys have, please let us know. I haven't seen anything. Have you?
No. In fact, I've seen more people saying I want to see a whole lot of Tez in the third preseason game than I have anything saying he's gone. But I do think we have to add a name next to Dayton Wade because they did sign the veteran Miller, Anthony Miller, and man, have they tried to hype that guy up in practice, acting like he's making every single play. But I do think he deserves to be up here. So appreciate that truth teller who kind of brought that to the attention. He deserves to be on there because, he's a vet and he's made plays so far and he's kind of got some deep threat ability. But it looks like you're picking between two of those three guys, and I'm going to pick just one of those three guys. And if I'm only picking one, I'm picking Dayton Wade. And I know Gage has experience. He's made big time catches in big time moments, but he is coming off an ACL injury. And those big time catches were, coming from, they were when he was a younger man coming from Tom Brady, who can take chicken, and turn it into chicken salad about with anything. So I'm not so sure we should judge Gage's record as an indication that's what he's going to do here. I mean, we've seen Tom Brady turn garbage receivers into Pro Bowlers plenty of times. So I'm giving it to Dayton Wade, who's made way more plays in purple than Gage has. That's for damn sure. And we saw him versatility, saw him as a kick returner. And so I think he brings a little bit more from a versatility standpoint than Gage and Miller do. But that's my 6. Those 5 that we agreed upon, and Dayton Wade is my last.
No, I like it. The only thing is I'm keeping – they forced my hand. I have to keep Dayton Wade, and I want to keep Russell Gage. And so I'm keeping 7. That's just – it is what it is.
Why do you want to keep Russell Gage so bad?
So the veteran presence. I don't think we have a ton of vets out there, a ton of proven commodities. Think about this, Glenn. Zay Flowers at number 1. If Bateman goes down, it's Zay Flowers, Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah, but do you feel a whole lot better if Justin Gage is in that group?
I do.
I mean,
because he's been there. You talked about a guy making chicken crap into chicken salad, and I know Tom Brady does that. I think the best guy since Tom Brady doing that's Lamar Jackson. Okay. I think he's better than Pat Mahomes. Anybody else said it. I think Lamar takes good or not good receivers and gets them a paycheck. So I think that I was going to keep Russell Gage. The thing for me is that Dayton Wade has forced my hand, which I'm happy about. So I've got to go 7. He's forced his way on this roster, man.
Now, Redbeard does point out another guy now on this list is Deontay Hardy.
Yeah, I'm not putting him he's not on my list because he's not making the team.
But I'm saying as far as the consideration in red, but I guess there's only so much room we have. But yeah, I don't think Deontay Hardy is making this team. I think he's been banged up. I get that he, has a history of being a good kick returner, but the way this kick return change has happened, I'm not so sure. Like, I would be fine with Tylan Wallace and Justice Hill as my primary kick returners.
Well, we already saw that Wright can do it. He almost broke for a big one. I think the kick return game will be different. I just don't think we've gotten enough out of him. We've seen enough from him to say, hey, we're going to designate this guy as our kick returner with the depth in the roster that we have.
Now, someone is saying they gave him a lot of – if I remember, Deontay's contract was no guarantee of any roster spot, unless I'm mistaken when I remember. But I'm pretty sure the guaranteed money on his deal. Where's his guaranteed money? I got to look this up. Let me try and find Deontay.
And the other thing too, I understand the point about the guaranteed money, but you better believe that if Eric DaCosta and John Harbaugh have consensus that he's not one of the guys, unless it's unless it's Lamar Jackson, I don't think it really matters that much. The Ravens will bite the bullet just to have the better roster. I know finances matter, and I get that.
I don't remember him signing a lot of money. Like I don't remember him. Yeah, he signed a 1 year $1 million. Yeah, 1 year $1.2 million deal. That's nothing. Yeah, I don't think that this guarantees his. Let's see. He got a signing bonus plus $985,000 in salary. Does that guarantee your spot? A 1 year $900,000 deal with a $200,000 signing bonus that guarantees you a spot? I don't
think so.
Like, what would be the?
All right, there's got to be a draft guy, right? Like, there's got to be. Draft guys that are making some more money than that, right?
Yeah, I'm not buying this as a reason why he has to make the team and has to show nothing in preseason or in training camp. I mean, he's done absolutely nothing. Let me see. If cut post June 1, let me see. Oh, that's a trade post June 1. Let me see. If he's cut post June 1, he would have a $1.1 million in dead money. That's interesting. Is 1.1 enough to sway a roster spot? It definitely makes you think about it, though. I think it definitely makes you think about it more. I didn't think he was. See, I hate that everybody's just like, oh, Hardy's going to make the team. He's done nothing. He's done zero in training camp, zero in preseason. Showed us nothing as a receiver, nothing as a return man. And you're just going to pencil that guy in because you may have made a mistake and given him a
stand out there on an island, Glenn. I mean, I'm right there with you. I don't think he makes the team.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
I think DK agrees. So, DK agrees he doesn't make the team either.
Which of those guys would you guys cut? Are you cutting Gage? You cutting Wade? Yeah, I just don't see penciling in a guy who's shown you nothing only because you made a mistake and gave him too much money on the contract.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Because that's definitely what I would deem as a mistake. You just guarantee a guy spot regardless of the fact that he's done absolutely nothing. Yeah. Absolutely nothing.
Right.
He hasn't even participated much. So, all right, let's move on. We could be ultimately wrong there, which is, that's cool. But I'll take my chances on the fact that a guy who's shown nothing. I'm done. Okay, cool. All right, so let's move on to now. This is probably the most difficult, the offensive line.
This is because the depth of the thing, right? Like the position, it's difficult. So let's talk about our common consensus. And let's go left to right. We got Stanley, Voorhees, Linderbaum, Falele, Rosengarten, and then add McCary to that mix as guaranteed roster spots. That's 6. You with me on those?
Okay, yeah.
No?
No, yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, sorry. And then for 7th, for me, Cleveland has done enough to make this team this year.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, for sure. And then I also have Nick Samac on here, and I cut Jones.
That's fair. You can cut Jones.
That was a tough one for me, but
that was a tough. I actually had him written down because he's gotten almost 100% of backup left tackle duties behind Ronnie Stanley. But I put Saleh on my list because he's gotten 100% of left guard duties after Voorhees. And so I don't know who you would put in at left guard if he were to get hurt, unless you're telling me Ben Cleveland goes to left guard, who, by the way, has gotten 0 snaps at left guard since in this camp. So the only one who's practiced left guard is Saleh, other than Voorhees. And so who would you put in at left guard if he were to get hurt, Jimbo? If not Saleh, because I know Saleh's not on your team.
Right. So for me, even if Saleh's on my team and I have him or McCary out, like if they're on the sideline, I'm always going, hey, McCary, left guard. Wow. Now, the only problem then becomes if the problem then becomes if something goes down, if somebody else goes down, then you got to move McCary over. But I would happily put McCary in as my stopgap for any of those 5 positions over anybody else that we have.
Okay.
So for me, it's always
even though he's not practiced in that position.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, Salah has done nothing for himself. He looks weak. I just can't. The roster spots are too valuable for me. I can't keep Salah, man. I can't.
But the thing about putting McCary, you said it best. I mean, now you put McCary at left guard, and then Ronnie Stanley gets hurt.
Yeah, right. Then you got to move. You got to move him
So
out.
now
to
McCary's
left tackle.
out. So who's your left guard?
I mean, I guess it's
so if you keep Salah,
Ben Cleveland.
Yeah, I guess so. But
I know.
When's the last time we saw him at left guard? Like,
right?
I don't know.
I know. But I mean, I think for any team, it's not going to be a pretty picture.
I'd rather cut Josh Jones and I'm keeping 9. They've kept 10 many years.
All right. Okay.
So I'm going to keep 9, and then I don't have any concerns. If your center goes down, you have Nick Samac go in. If your left guard, Salah, goes in, your right guard goes down, Ben Cleveland. And really, Ben Cleveland might even go in at center. But I don't see them cutting Samac in the same year they drafted after I also have them cutting Rasheen Ali. So maybe that's my mistake. Maybe they do keep. Yeah, maybe they do cut Samac. I mean, we haven't seen anything out of him either.
Right. No, we haven't.
Trev, you just looked up his name and copied and pasted it. But I agree with you. Salah is the backup. I agree with you. Because I just keep saying Salah. I can't even.
Because that's what he goes by.
Yeah, I can't even begin to try and pronounce that.
Right.
Yeah. So, I'm taking. I'm taking. So you're only keeping 8, is what you're saying.
Yep, I have 8.
That would be a historically low amount of offensive.
Well, line. I'm going. My lineup's historic, baby. That's what I'm going for. 7 wide receivers, 8 linemen. You know. Hey, look, it's different every year.
It's not happening, guys. He's wrong.
Okay,
that would be 2 less than they typically keep at offensive line.
Yeah,
that's a risky proposition.
It is.
So we're just gonna have to disagree on that because I ain't.
No, that's fine.
And it's pretty clear you got your heels dug in to be wrong and be okay with it. And so because of that, I'm not going to try and convince you.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, for this, for now, is this our combined one as well, DK? Yes, of course it is. See, I hate conceding.
There's just no way we're only going to keep 8. If you tell me 9,
I just don't want to cut I don't want to cut my guys. That's my problem.
How has Justin Gage already become your guy?
No. I'm just saying the guys that I picked, right? Like, I mean, he's not my guy, but gosh dang it. I mean, I think you're right, but the max I'll go is 8. So if we go 8, if we compromise at 8, who's the 8th?
Salah. Because then it solves the issue of you won't have to squeeze because look, Voorhees' injury, that's like the biggest issue we're worried about is him getting hurt again. He's had injuries throughout his whole career. So if he gets hurt, I don't want to have to put McCary in there. But then I kind of have to.
Yeah, Glenn, who's Justin Gage?
Oh my God. I keep saying Russell Gage. Okay, there was another player named Justin Gage.
We can go with Salah, but Max I'm going as 8.
It's just who was the corner? We kept saying his damn name wrong last year. Roby
or Darby.
Or Darby. We kept saying Roby when it was Darby.
Yeah.
But all right. Sorry about Justin.
Can we go 8? Can we go with 8, Glenn?
No.
We have to go 9 on our common
because 10 is what they normally keep. I am being what's it called? I'm being reasonable going down to 9.
All right, let's put a pin in it and come back to it.
Okay. All right, let's go back.
But right now we're at 8, and then we'll come back to it.
I'm not at 8. I'm at 9.
No, I'm okay coming back to it. Coming back to it. But let's see what else.
You kept saying we're at 8. We're not at 8. You're at 8. I'm at 9.
Our list is at 8.
Okay.
But we'll come back to it.
All right.
You have my word.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Okay, let's go to. Was that the entire offense? Man, that felt fast.
I'd rather cut Samac and keep Salah because Ben Cleveland is your backup center.
Cut Samac.
How is Ben Cleveland not your backup center when Linderbaum got hurt? Who went into center? Who's been at center for the last 2 weeks since Linderbaum's been hurt? It ain't been Samac. It's been Cleveland. So
if we went 9, then if we went 9, are you taking Jones or Samac?
The only reason I would say Samac is because he's this year's draft pick. But if you're asking me who I would want them to keep from a competitive standpoint, it'd be Jones. When have we
Yeah, he's
seen
done
Nick
nothing.
Samac? Exactly. In fact, the coaches go, "Oh, Linderbaum's hurt. Samac's not going in there. We're putting
Yeah,
Cleveland in
Cleveland
there."
in there.
If Samac was their so in week 1, if Linderbaum goes down, who's going in at center? It's Cleveland.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely
It's
Cleveland.
obvious. Like,
Yeah.
so why are we keeping Nick Samac? What's the advantage
Yeah.
for future? I mean, yeah, maybe for down the line, but
He
he's
can't,
not
right?
helping.
I mean, Cleveland did go in there. Didn't look perfect, but he did get the play over Samac. He did overthrow a snap.
Oh, I
And
know, but even with all that, who are the coaches saying is better?
Yeah, he's still
The
got more
coaches are
play.
saying that Cleveland is better.
But
It's pretty
DK,
obvious.
well,
Like, there's not even an
this
argument.
is McCary's the tricky part in all of this too, because is McCary not your primary backup center?
McCary?
Yeah.
I don't think he is anymore. I don't know if he is. Is he? I don't know.
So once again, my default decision is if anyone goes down, if one guy goes down, I'm putting McCary in there first over anyone else we have.
At any
and
spot.
Then if somebody else goes down, okay, then we have to have another conversation. But if it's just one guy, I don't care who it is, McCary's going in. That's at least how I see it.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the defense.
All right, sounds good. I don't know how many we ended up with there. Okay, D-line. Let's see. I kept on mine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you have 5, Glenn?
Same 5.
Yep, same 5. And some people are saying there's a chance Urban gets cut. I don't see it.
Nah, he's playing, I think, his best football now.
Yeah.
That he's ever played in his career.
Yeah, I think he fits. He understands the system. He loves it here. He's a high motor guy. He does his job well, knows his role, and he's always good for some big plays.
Mm-hmm.
Brent Urban will give some big plays. I think he's a highly underrated player. Brent Urban's issue early on in his career was not his ability; it was always his health.
Yeah, right.
It was like injury after injury after injury. So yeah, I agree 100%. I don't know why
he's a Raven, man.
Yeah, I don't know why the whispers of him getting cut exist, but all that being said, yes, I agree. Same 5. All right.
Now, Marcellus says he could be one of those cut and then immediately re-sign. Now, I wouldn't be shocked about that, but it's just so hard for us to predict how they're going to manage that.
Yep. So why even?
But week 1, Urban will be on this team for sure.
Yep. All right. So let's go to edge. Let me see how many I got in comparison to what DK's got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is my math right here? Wait, who do I have that? Oh.
He only has 5 on his.
I have Adafe, Ajabo, KVN, Tavis Robinson. Oh, it's because I put Malik Harrison here.
Yeah, same here. But outside of that, I have the exact same list. But I have Malik Harrison as an edge, even though he is the probably the first replacement at linebacker too. It's just we see him even when all the starters are healthy playing edge.
Yeah, getting rotation at edge. Yeah.
For that reason, I put him in the edge group. But other than that, yeah, I think we have the same group. I think it's
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a pretty strong group.
Perfect. All right. So let's go to inside linebacker. I think, Glenn, you and I both stayed light here and went 3.
Yeah. I went Roquan, Trenton Simpson, and I went Josh Ross over Chris Board.
I went Chris Board because I feel like he's had more time on an active roster. That's really it.
Yeah. The reason I went Ross over Board is I feel better on defense with Ross than I do with Board on defense.
That's a good point. Now, special teams being not as much of a contributing factor if you're talking about a guy that is replacing somebody that's hurt.
Right. So
if Board you're keeping as a special teamer, but not as a linebacker.
Exactly. Like Board, that's where he's a special. Yeah, special teams is where he made his money. But Josh Ross, if he were to be put in for one game for Trenton Simpson, I think he'd probably put up 8 to 10 tackles.
Yeah, you live with it. Sure, he might have some shortcomings, but I think you live with it.
Yeah, I don't see like when Board's in there on defense, I'm not feeling good about it at all.
Yeah, you're yeah.
Did I just sway you back to my side on one? Look at you're so much. You're very mature, Jimmy. That you're able to allow that.
No, but you're right. It's a good point. I mean, as a defender, Josh Ross is better. There's really no way to shape it.
Yeah. He's never Board has never had those like wow preseasons.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
All right, cornerback.
All right. Corner. Let's see how many.
Oh shit!
What happened?
I just realized as I'm doing my corners, I did not put TJ Tampa on my team.
Oh, see, Glenn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 7 corners. How many you got? 6?
Oh well, I only had 6, so there you go. Now I got 7.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. It's this list right here. Yep.
But they typically keep 6.
Well,
Jimbo.
Mollett is going to be out, but we're adding him to this list here.
But he has
For
to
the
make
sake
the
of the
team,
roster.
right?
Right.
Like
Exactly. For the sake of the roster, we're keeping him here. Okay.
unforgivable that I forgot TJ Tampa. He hasn't played.
Right. He's been
I can't
out.
even
He's
blame
been
me for
thrown back
missing
and
the
forth.
guy.
Right.
He hasn't played. I mean, I feel bad about it because I definitely he makes the team, but yeah, I don't feel bad about missing him. We haven't even seen TJ.
Right.
Yeah, Pepe ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, for sure. I just don't want Pepe returning punts anymore. I'm not a fan of that. I'm done
Yeah,
with it. The experiment is over and done for with me.
Fine with that. I'm fine
yeah.
with that. Yeah, but Pepe has looked
Man.
fantastic. Like
Isn't
fantastic.
Isn't it sad that right when special teams is about to make a big comeback, guy like Jacoby Jones. Could you imagine Jacoby in these kickoff scenarios?
Jacoby? Oh my God.
Imagine if he found a sliver of a seam.
Goodbye.
Woo! I mean, forget about it. Because Jacoby could get vertical like very few.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, he would just find a seam and forget about it. That dude could outrun an avalanche.
And he could always get skinny in those little and he would just right through it. Didn't matter how narrow it was.
Yeah. And to DK's question, I think Jalen Arbor-Davis is on my team, DK, and I think he's on our consensus team as well.
Yeah, he's on my team. If you had to cut one of those guys right there, because historically they keep 6. So let's just say they go with what they typically do. Man, that's so tough, bro.
Yeah, it's tough. But I mean, that's the decision that
I would have to make. I'd have to agree with you, but it would hurt my heart to cut him.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think you might be right because I'm looking at the next list and it's like there's some tough cuts at safety. Let's just jump right into it.
Oh no.
Kyle Hamilton, Marcus Williams, and Eddie Jackson, I think, are consensus. And I'd be willing to bet that Ardarius is a consensus, yes, just from everything we've heard from the media. But that would mean Daryl Worley and Bo Braid and Sanusi Kane.
That's the one. I forgot about. How did I forget about Eddie Jackson? I'm sitting here like stewing over the roster, and I forgot about Eddie Jackson.
See, I have Kane making my team. I have 5 safeties on my team.
Well, I had Kane making my team.
Well, so what do you have, 4?
Well, I had the same 5 as you, but I only had 4 because I left Eddie Jackson off. Now I had.
Yeah, and he's definitely making the
he's definitely making the team. How did I forget Eddie Jackson?
Dude, it's so tough to do. I don't know. This is why Eric DaCosta gets paid.
This is why he's also bald.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, straight up. I mean, hey, I'd lose my hair to get paid. Would he get paid?
I'm trying to imagine you with a bald head, dude.
Oh, dude, if it starts going, Glenn,
are you going?
All gone.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
No, but I'm telling you, if something happens, it's going. Because then people won't know if I'm 40 or 50.
What do you think about that, Jimbo? Iron Pablo says he could see them keeping Braid over Ardarius. Now, Braid has made a ton of plays.
He has, but the reason that won't happen, it's very clear. Glenn's talked about it. Positional versatility is in Ardarius Washington's favor and his ability to play the slot, especially with Arthur Mollett out. 2, who was sitting on the bench without his pads on the whole second half of that game? That was Ardarius Washington.
Yeah.
So that to me is an indicator he's safe. I think he's fine.
And look, Gomez says that Kane is a ball hawk, but we haven't seen that part of Kane's game. He might be, but we've seen the heavy hitter. We've seen the tackling in space. From Ardarius, we've seen a guy who hits way above his size, and he is a ball hawk. Like, there is no doubt. Even if it doesn't mean picks, he gets his hand right. As soon as the ball is getting to the catch point, that's when his hand is coming in there to break it up. Like, his ball skills are pretty special, especially when you consider his size.
Yeah. I hate that I'm doing this because now I'm going to be cutting multiple draft picks, but Kane I'm taking Kane off. I have to.
Damn.
As much as I want him on special teams. And Braid didn't make my team either.
Like, I almost want to cut Ross and keep Kane. In that, cut Ross and put him into the practice squad, knowing you can elevate him.
And then you only got 2 inside linebackers?
But not game day. Game day, you'll have one of those 2 elevated, if not both. And who do you think is more likely to get through waivers? I guess that's the better question because, man, that would be – man, I don't know, man. Kane looked so good tackling in space, but so is Bo Braid, dude. Bo Braid, and he showed off the hands with the diving pick. Oh, man. Yeah, this is such a tough group. Why the hell did they have to sign Eddie Jackson
I know.
and damn whatever Gage, Russell or Justin Gage?
All the Gages.
Why the hell did they have to sign those two to just totally complicate this shit?
I know, for real.
You take those two out, it makes this decision so much easier.
So let's see, though. Let's see what our total numbers are really quick. So we got 21 as of right now on defense. Is that right, DK? Okay, and then what do we have on offense? Because we have some things we need to revisit to make our group like our.
Oh, you didn't include the safeties yet in that 21, right? So let's just say we keep 4.
Didn't you, DK?
No, because look, 5, 6, 3, and 7.
Oh, my bad.
All right. So that puts us at 25.
25.
Okay. Oh, we're still way light on set. We're only at 21 because now we got to count 3 for special teams. So we're at what, 28 and 21. We're at 49. So we got 4 spots open.
Is that right? Is that right, DK's? Okay.
What are you questioning my mental math?
No. I'm only going by the Excel sheet. That's all. Sorry. Let's see. Oh, so you have okay. So DK has 5 wide receivers in that list. All right. So,
okay.
All right. Are we keeping 2 quarterbacks? Let's run down this thing. 2 quarterbacks?
Yes.
Okay. 4 running backs, if you include Patrick Ricard, yes.
As a tight end. Oh, yeah. As a running back. Yeah.
You keep him in that. And then 3 tight ends, yes. 5 wide receivers, I think is low.
It's got to be 6. Who's our 6th guy? Let's come to an agreement now.
I think if it is truly 6, that's fine. You can give it to Dayton Wade. I think it's a toss-up, but you can give it to Dayton Wade. He's young, he's hungrier, he's healthier. That's fine. I mean, I want him to have the spot.
And so I think he just, 6. He can be a return guy too.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what his career becomes. So we got 6 tackles. We have 3 guards. We have 3. Now, this is where we're light as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're 2 light as of right now. We're at 7. And if you truly want to get to 9.
I mean, they typically keep 10.
Okay.
So what does it look like if we keep Salah and Samac?
That's what I was going to say. If we keep Salah and Samac.
Because I'm seeing that I'm not doing payroll. What do you mean I'm not doing payroll, Sean? Look, this shit is tough.
It is.
Oh, we're going to keep Eddie Jackson, Lisanne. Got to.
Now, let me tell you guys what. If Glenn was doing payroll, everyone would be paid.
Oh, yeah. Just too much.
And dude, we'd be running a razor-thin margin, but everyone would be paid, dude. Trust me.
I know. Yeah. I know Josh Jones, everybody's saying he's got to make the team. And I agree, like he's been the primary backup at left tackle, a left tackle who's often injured. But if week 1 Ronnie Stanley gets hurt, and even if Josh Jones is on this team, McCary's going in at left tackle. Yeah. Point blank, end of discussion. No doubt about it. And if Cleveland's starting at right guard and not Faalele, if McCary goes down, Faalele's going in at left tackle, in my opinion, over Jones. Mm-hmm. So I just don't see it. So all right, so that would put us at 3 there, 4 there, and 2. Okay, so that puts us at 9 offensive linemen. I think that's a good compromise. That's the word I was looking for earlier. I said I was compromising to go to 9.
Oh, okay. So I had to go up 2. You only had to go down 1.
Right. No, hold on. You were at 8.
I was at 7. Which was unreasonable.
Okay,
thank you. It was unreasonable.
Thank you. Okay.
I agreed to 8, and then I agreed to 9. You see that? That's how reasonable I am.
Well, I was at 10. I agreed to go down to 9. I had Josh Jones making my team.
Yeah.
And now I hear him arguing against him. All right, so this would put us at 24. So we have 1 spot left. Yep, 24, 25, and 3. So we got 1 spot left. If you had 1 spot.
Let's go down to defense, and let's look at this safety position.
Mm-hmm. So you could either give it to Kane, Worley, or Braid. That's the crazy. We haven't even talked about how Worley has been a mainstay on this roster, Jimbo.
Yeah. But DK is highlighting board.
Don C, you boys are growing up in front of my eyes.
Oh,
man. I tell you what. If
I'm going Kane. Let me tell you why I'm going Kane. That play sealed it for me. It's seared in my head. The solo tackle as the gunner or whatever position he was playing at that time, the solo tackle in the open field sealed it for me. I feel like John fell in love with him right in that moment.
Oh, I think that's a good. Yeah, JAD is in. JAD is in, dude.
Oh, wait. Didn't we already equate him, DK, as a part of our number?
We did, but we could cut Jalen and put in.
No,
Sanusi.
he's in.
Okay, all right. So he's in.
I think it's Kane though.
You know what's crazy? I'd almost rather us cut Josh Ross and hope he makes it through waivers and then sign him to the practice squad than put Sanusi Kane at risk.
Well, I'm keeping Kane. We got one spot open. What do you mean? But we're just letting Worley, Braid, and Board.
So that
walk.
25 reflects Kane, DK?
No, that's what I'm saying. We got one more, right?
I thought we were because we're at 24 on offense.
24, 25, and 3.
Okay.
Right? Isn't that math right? That's 40. That's 52.
And would you rather keep Josh Ross and not risk him in waivers, or cut him and keep Bo Braid or Daryl Worley? And then
I think you have to keep a third inside linebacker. That's the thing. I think you have to carry one. So you just have to.
Even if you know you're going to get him back in the practice squad, then in game day you'll have 3 active.
Wait, but if you cut Ross, who's going to be active on game day?
I'm saying cutting Ross is only momentarily because a momentary thing because I don't think I think he goes through waivers and we sign him to the practice squad.
And then he's still on our team. He's elevated?
Yeah, he's the game day elevation. You elevate how many members of your practice squad every game? I think he's one of them.
So for the maybe I'm just
for the sake of this, let's keep Kane.
Yeah, if it's between the 3, I'm keeping Sanusi Kane.
Sorry, Worley. And sorry, Bo Braid.
I think he makes the practice squad.
Does Kane make it over Braid simply on draft status? Because we've seen
Braid
make a ton of plays.
For me, I know that Braid's made some plays, but man, dude, like I said, it's just seared into my brain. Sanusi Kane's play, I just feel like that's hella valuable. It's a great play.
Yeah.
And it puts him in a spot where it's like
Don C makes a good point. We have Malik Harrison.
What's your point? Oh, right. Who's a hybrid guy.
He'll go in at linebacker.
Right, he's a hybrid. Oh, so what you're saying is you cut Josh Ross?
You cut Josh Ross,
and you keep Kane and Braid.
You keep them both, and then you sign Ross to your practice squad, and he's a game day elevation.
And we've cut two drafted guys, right?
Not if we keep Kane.
Oh, right. We've cut one, Leary. See you, Leary.
Oh no, and Ali.
Yeah, sorry, Ali.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know it is Braid versus Kane in the final round. It really is. And they both have balled. I don't want to cut either one.
Well, Glenn found a way to keep them both, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, because Malik's the day one replacement anyway at linebacker. You know what? This is why Don C is continuing to be a legend. No, we didn't forget Malik. We just forgot that he was in our edge group and that we could easily swing him over to linebacker. He's made our team the whole time. We just forgot that we could put him at linebacker. That's all.
DK is saying that he originally had him at inside linebacker, and then
we messed it DK. Up. All right.
we are all growing up here.
And no, you don't need to be on the 53 to be elevated from the practice squad. Nice.
But I'm excited to see how this turns out. Of course, this is a really hard thing to do. I'm excited to see who gets closer to being right, and then. Most likely our combined consensus list will be the one that is the most correct, is my guess.
You're probably right. Other than my list.
Well, I just said that
my list.
See, ladies, see what I do with, ladies and gentlemen? You see this? This is why I take Tums. I think that's it for us, though, right?
No cutting Leary or I'll go off. You want to keep Devin Leary, Lisanne? Why?
Stop it. Dude can't hit a...
No, you don't need to... There's only 46 out of your 53 are active on game day, right?
Yeah, and then Leary. Like I said, he couldn't hit fish in a barrel with a shotgun, dude. He can't hit water falling out of a boat. Can't hit the broadside of a barn. What other saying do you want me to bring up?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything from Leary, and we've seen stuff from Emery. So
If the Pope tried to hit him with holy water, he'd still miss.
I think what we need to do is as an organization just realize that draft status does not trump merit, does not trump production.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you're right, DK. You can only elevate a guy. I don't know if 4 is, but yeah, it's somewhere around 4, and then you got to either make him a mainstay. But I think injuries would make that not a problem. Like at some point in the first 4 weeks, someone's going to go down.
Yeah, I agree.
But man, this is freaking. I think what we showed here tonight is this shit is tough.
It's hard. It's just hard. Shout out to Don C. Another gifted 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Don. We appreciate the love, and hopefully, as always, you guys are getting something out of the community that we're trying to build here. Make sure you guys go check it out if you haven't already. We got some fun material in there.
There's a lot of safeties.
Yeah.
But our Darius is more of a slot corner. Let me just say that, okay?
And we like our safeties. Who cares? Let's go, baby.
These are players. Hey, does that mean it's T. Martin who was beating on the table for Redbeard?
Yeah, he's out of here. No,
Leary.
It's okay. We all get it wrong. You just don't let him participate in draft stuff later.
Exactly.
Like,
he's lost that privilege.
Yeah. Your card has been confiscated.
Now, you know what? We let him think he still has the privilege, and then we just ignore all of the input.
Right. Exactly. I love it.
Yeah, this is challenging. But guys, we will be back, of course, preparing you for the last and final preseason game.
Which is also a day game.
I know. These 1:00 Saturday games are for the birds. But also, we're hopeful to have Cole Jackson back on the show later this week. I've messaged with him. It looks like we have a day set in stone. But so that's it for us tonight. And look forward to talking to you guys later on. And we'll see you soon.
See you.